Ahora vamos a ver este vídeo que se llama Lo que se viene. Vamos a verlo. Nada más. Va a venir el juego de pelea, si no me equivoco. Tengo muchas ganas de verlo. Ahí está Briar, Hewey, Milio. Ah, es verdad. Ponemos el chat. Tiene usted razón, Lo dije antes. What? No sé qué hizo aquí. Vamos a cambiar esto más aquí. Listo, ahora se ve, ¿verdad? Perfecto, vamos a verlo. Básicamente vamos a ver qué va a hacer Riot Games este año. Cuál es el planning que tiene. Y a ver. Wow, eso de Manifiesto es chulo. A ver.
Hey folks, I'm Andre, also known as Medler.
And I'm Jeremy, aka Right Brightman. Welcome back. We hope you all had a wonderful and happy holiday season, and we're really excited to welcome you to season 2024.
Now, we're filming this video in early November, so anything that happens between now and the start of the season won't be covered in this video. Today, we're going to be joined by more folks from across the league team to talk about some of the things coming in 2024, like ranked updates.
Gracias, tío. Gracias ahí por compartirlo.
And some updates on esports.
Now, before we get started, don't forget that when you jump into a game in 5 days, Summoner's Rift is going to look and feel a little bit different.
Sí,
Get ready for some new objectives, map changes, and updates to the core item system. And as a reminder, Season Start Cinematic is going to be releasing next week on January 10th.
10 de enero, vamos a estar atentos. Creo que es a las 4. Así que hay que verlo. Grande, homie. A ver, de las rankings, ¿qué va a decir?
Hey everyone, I'm Matthew Long Harrison, the lead gameplay designer for League. I wanted to take a moment to talk to you all about some of our thoughts on Ranked, some of our learnings from the changes we made last year, and what we want to do this year to help make your climbs better for Season 2024. Last year, we added Emerald tier and increased LP gains to help alleviate any pain from increasing the number of rank resets each year. And while we've seen an overall increase in match quality, there were some side effects that moved us away from where we want to take Ranked. We've seen much larger differences in visible ranks in games, meaning many of you saw players with different ranks in your matches, like a plat player in a silver game. So
eso está muy mal hecho.
On how the rank system evaluates players' skill to reduce these situations. These changes will be going live when you start your rank climb next week. The changes should help resolve some other pain points, such as losing more LP than you gain, even with a positive ranked win rate overall, and also help with differentiating between Smurf accounts and new players. As always, we'll be closely monitoring these changes, as well as your feedback, to make adjustments as needed. Best of luck in your climbs, and welcome to Season 2024.
A ver si es verdad que cambian eso. Tengo mis dudas.
Hi everyone, I'm Lexi Gao, aka Raya Lexical, the Champions team lead.
And I'm Soap May, also known as Soapbox, production lead on the Champions team.
We've been working on Skarner's update for a while now, and we've been polishing him up to be ready for his big day. Meanwhile, he's getting ready for some fun too.
A ver qué tal sale ahora también en Skarner.
We showed his gameplay, but we never really talked about his lore.
Skarner was a founding member of the Yuntal, where he helped guide and shape Ishtal into the prospering region it is now. He is, however, very suspicious of the outside world and believes that Ishtal should be isolated to be safe. And he will not hesitate to run down intruders to keep it that way. We are currently finishing up Skarner's VGU, and we can't wait for you to skitter across.
Vale, hacen de que tiene una piedra y creo que tiene un CC. Vale, es con lo que empezó.
Two other champion updates. The first one is for a champion we haven't talked about before, but plays a pretty big role in a show that maybe you heard about. Arcane. We want to bring their Arcane version to the Rift with updated visuals and VO, while also giving some love to their gameplay. You can expect to see them early next year after the second season is over. As for what comes after the Arcane-inspired VGU, we're excited to announce that we'll finally be tackling Shyvana.
Oh, actualizan a
It
Shyvana.
has become an iconic part of the league roster. Thus, we're thinking about refining and progressing who she is and tuning up her gameplay instead of a complete overhaul on her narrative and themes.
Eso hay que ir viendo cómo le
More
sale.
moodier and less Skarner. But we want to be transparent about her timeline. Shyvana's VGU will not be released until 2025 after the Arcane VGU.
Okay,
Vale.
now on to the new champions. We've been teasing a cute, small ADC that will be swooping into the rift soon. Meet Smolder, the fiery fledgling. Look at our cute little son.
Guau, el dragón ese. Vamos a ver cómo lo hace, ¿no? Tendrá que ser AP, supongo, ¿no?
Al menos esta vez no he acabado en un árbol. Hola, soy Smolder. Oh,
What?
mi madre dice hola. ¿Quién es el mejor dragón? Pues yo.
Otro campeón roto.
Oye, mamá, ¿qué
Yo
son
te la
esas
pinto,
cosas de fuego que tengo junto a las orejas? Oh, vale. ¿Eso he sido yo?
Mala pinta, mala
¿Qué
pinta.
puedo hacer? ¡Necios mortales! ¿Dónde se han metido todos? ¡Toma ya! ¿Has visto eso, mamá? ¡Vuelta y vuelta! Vale.
Mala pinta, mala pinta.
One of the goals we had for Smolder was to make a straightforward ADC. As all of the recent ADCs we've released are high-skilled champs or very non-traditional. Aphelios, Samira, Zeri, Neela, we want to fulfill the fantasy of a little dragon who can focus on honing his fire-breathing skills.
And while
Cool.
Smolder may be working on his skills, his mom is never too far in the distance and is always ready to make an appearance when he needs her the most.
Básicamente la ulti.
After Smolder, we'll be heading
Esa que
further
vimos.
north to cool off from all that dragon fire. Our Vestayan solo laner is someone we've been wanting to bring to the Rift for a while, but the last time we tried that development took a bit of a detour and we ended up with Sylas.
But not to worry, the champions team is back on the case and is focusing on making a new mid-range mage. We have another champion in the works who should be a familiar face to all of you. But we're gonna hand things over to Riot Brightmoon and
Vale, aquí
Miller
está la de
to talk
Arcane.
a little bit more about our new upcoming champion.
Last year, we shared that Arcane Season 2 would be releasing globally this November. Everyone at Riot is really excited by the show, and we've been inspired to bring Arcane into game more. We're excited to show you a small preview of one of the things the League team's been working on. So the first bit of Arcane you'll be seeing in League will be Ambessa Madara. She'll bring Noxian domination to the Rift. And much like how she is in the show, she won't be for the faint of heart in game. Don't let her large stature fool you, though. She
Seguro
brings
que va a ser
strength
tanque top
and
o una
speed,
cosa así.
sidestepping attacks with surprising agility.
And Bessa is
What?
only the first
¿Qué?
piece of Arcane coming to League this year. To celebrate
Tiene que ser
Arcane
Cyril hoy,
Season
coño,
2,
que es lo que
we'll
parece.
have Arcane-inspired gameplay and a new VGU, new skins, as well as a few other surprises. I am so excited for the new season. I hope you are too. Can we show them a clip? Maybe just one?
Okay, one, but just a short one.
A ver. ¡Oh! Vale, ahí está Singed. Esto ya lo hemos visto, pero bueno, es increíble. Se escucha la respiración de Warwick, que es Vander, ¿vale? Como ya sabéis. No sé muy bien qué es lo que está haciendo eso. Además, estoy seguro de que la canción que suena de fondo es tema de Oriana o alguna cosa así parecida. Porque suena como caja de música. Y ahí está Singed que... ¡Buah! God. Tiene una pintaza y solo por eso. Tengo ganas de ver a Warwick. Vale, van a cambiar la maestría de campeones. Creo que ahora de 7 pasa a 10, básicamente. 10 niveles, una cosa así, de
We're
maestría.
responsible for creating and maintaining the various systems around the game like loot, honor, and champion mastery, which is what I'm here to talk to you all about today. Champions are the most central part of League, and we love the dedication that a lot of you have to your mains. We want mastering champions to be a meaningful experience that lets you differentiate more between players who play champions some and players who play them a ton. So, we're uncapping the leveling system and letting you show up exactly how much you play your favorite champions. Levels 7 through 10 will unlock new versions of the Mastery emote, and after that, we'll add an evolving number that displays your total Mastery level from 11 and beyond. And don't worry, your current champion Mastery points will carry over to the new system. So if you've already grinded to Mastery 7 on your main, there's no need to do it again, and those of you with enough Mastery points will end up at even higher levels. We'll be back again as we get closer to launch in the first half of the year with more info on this updated system.
Bueno, a ver, eso puede estar guay, pero al final lo importante son las recompensas que te pueden dar, el arranque, modos de juego que está
Hi
también.
everyone, I'm Eduardo Cadmus Cortejoso, and I'm a team lead for game modes on League of Legends.
Hi, I'm Selena Chuchu Trang Liu, the delivery lead on the Modos team.
So last year, we released Arena and we received a huge amount of support from all of you. We brought it back in December to test out some changes and make some improvements.
Oh,
We're happy to share, though, that it's coming back again in the first half of this year with even more improvements. Our goal for the next iteration of Arena is to increase champion diversity, improve game-to-game variance, and foster even more experimentation. One of our favorite parts of Arena is the ability to play some fun and wacky combinations that wouldn't and maybe shouldn't work in Summoner's Rift. So we want to encourage that with some more targeted changes to gameplay and game balance.
No, yo de arena no es que me flipe mucho. Gracias, Jumi.
Teams from 4 teams of 2 to 8 teams of 2, for a total of 16 players in each game of Arena, making Arena a 2v2, v2, 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 v2. This means that you'll face different teams more often, have more chances at redemption, and maybe get out early or crush the competition if you're really doing well.
You can also expect to see some new augments, new maps, and some other improvements that we're still right now exploring. Outside of Arena, we are also bringing back more game modes this year. Earth will be back for Lunar New Year, and then we'll be following that up with One for All. We'll be sure to update you later in the year about what modes are going to come out after that. Oh, and one last thing. Even with all the work happening on Arena last year, we still have something else cooking behind the scenes.
We're experimenting with yet another new mode that, like Arena, will be a totally different take on core League gameplay. But unlike Arena, this will be a little bit more of a chill way to spend time with your friends. We don't want to spoil too much yet, so we'll be back later this year to share more.
Good luck, have fun, and we'll see you in ARAM, Arena, Earth, OFA, and TBD.
A ver qué es. Sistemas antitrampas.
Last year, we spent some time behind the scenes working on updating League's anti-cheat and bot detection software.
Pues se lo detectó mal a un pro player,
This was compounded by the security breach earlier in the year, which increased our vulnerability to botting and cheating. And a pretty consistent piece of feedback that we've been hearing from you all is the high number of bots in games, disrupted smurfs in ranked, and an increase in scripting. We know this has been a consistent pain point in League, so it's been something we've been working on fixing.
One of our goals this year is to maintain and improve the competitive integrity in all of your League games, whether it's in ranked or normals, Clash, Arena, whatever. So in late February or early March, we're bringing Vanguard to League. Vanguard is our proprietary anti-cheat and anti-botting software that's been active in Valorant since the beginning. We've seen a huge amount of success in their ability to catch and stop cheaters in their games. And we expect to see similar results when we implement it in League.
Aunque bueno, hay muchas veces que ves un Sion girar con la ulti y todo.
This is becoming standard for strong anti-cheat software in gaming, as cheat and bot makers are quick to adapt. If you don't run at this level, they will, and thereby evade all of the anti-cheat software as a result. Now, Vanguard offers us the ability to catch bots and cheaters as quickly and effectively as possible. It also gives us the opportunity to do things like hardware ban offenders and terminate matches in which a cheater is detected. You know, refunding loss of LP for everybody except the person cheating, of course.
Now, we know that there's a question and concern of data privacy around.
Hombre, el cheater pues tendrá que ir baneadito del juego, digo yo, ¿no?
And we want to take a moment to tackle those concerns up front here. Vanguard does not collect or process any personal information differently from our current anti-cheat software. We don't need or want to know anything more about you or your machine other than what is necessary to maintain integrity when playing our games. Now, if you already have Vanguard installed because you've played Valorant, you won't need to do anything else and you can continue as normal. But if you haven't, starting in a few weeks, you'll be required to install Vanguard in order to play League.
We know that this may be a meaningful change.
Yo también espero que tú tuvieras una buena Navidad dentro de lo que pudiste, vamos.
We'll be sure to communicate with you all as the changes go live and to let you know how things are going afterwards. All right, we're going to hand things back off to the dev team now for an update on some of the skins coming to League this year.
A ver.
It's like trying to craft a unique fantasy where you can't have any kind of costuming on the stretch locations and like the thighs, the knees, the elbows, so you're kind of isolated to
Hey everyone, I'm Stephanie 100-Piece Nuggets Leong, the Skins team lead.
And I'm Thomas Ranby, aka Riot Hylia, the concept art lead for Skins. Today we're going to talk a bit about some of the upcoming thematics for League, some of our goals for 2024, and we're going to give you all an update on our ASUs. But first, I believe we owe you an updated prestige skin list.
Yes, we do.
Ta-da! Oh.
In the first
De Kindred, a ver cuál es.
you can expect prestige skins for Rakan, Ezreal, Kindred, Evelyn.
Kindred, Rakan, tengo ganas de verlo.
We'll
Evelyn no
be
sé
back
yo.
later in the year to give you all an update on the second half of the year.
No me parece un
Also wanted to give you all an
personaje que le haga
update
falta
on
tan
our
rápido, ¿no?
ASUs. Lee Sin's base is finalized.
Uy, van a cambiar el aspecto de Lee Sin. Me gusta, me gusta.
We spent a lot of time testing out his animations to make sure we didn't impact his smooth gameplay.
Oh, qué guapada ese último.
Similarly focus on
Me ha
this
molado.
skins. We're really excited to put him and his newly unbroken
Gracias, homie,
into
gracias.
your hands, and you can expect to bring him onto the Rift in early May. We did want to give you a heads up that we have run into a few challenges with Timo.
Con Timo.
Such a troublemaker.
Mischievous.
Ugh, seriously. His ASU is taking us a bit
Ah,
longer
sí.
than we originally intended, and we're currently figuring out
Buah, el de Diablillo.
timelines, but we'll be back with an update later this year with a sweeper to let you know
Como el de Diablillo.
when to expect an updated Swift Scout on the Rift.
All right. Now on to the new and returning skin thematics of the year. So first up, we're going to be celebrating the Lunar New Year with a brand new thematic called Heaven's Scale, which pays homage to the rich cultural heritage of the holiday. In the world of Heaven's Scale,
Whoa.
deities take on human guises
Qué
and
chulada,
descend
skin.
from their palaces in the clouds to take part in the mortal celebrations below. So Heaven's Scale's design fantasy skews a bit more heavily into ancient historical divinity and garments in order to distance itself from our more modern takes on the Lunar New Year, like lunar beasts or firecracker. We wanted to take care to preserve the majestic and beautiful designs while also keeping a fun and celebratory tone in line with the spirit of the holiday. We also have another brand new thematic coming up that delves into a world where primal instinct reigns supreme, called Primal Ambush. Primal Ambush draws heavy inspirations from the refined skill of martial artists and the raw
Eso puede estar
strength
chulo.
of tigers themselves. We wanted to show some love to our Southeast Asian players in particular with this thematic.
Ahí sí que
We
me
really
mola
drew a
mucho.
ton of inspiration from that region, the fashions of those cultures, where tigers naturally live and
Vale,
hold a great
homie.
deal of cultural significance.
We'll also have the return of some established thematics like porcelain, recent favorite fairy court, as well as some well-loved thematics we haven't visited in a few years, like Project and Blood Moon, and you can expect to see all of these come out before summer this year.
We've also been taking a look at some improvements we can make outside of just what new skins we're releasing. So some of our older legendaries, for instance, were released before we started adding content such as legendary borders. So we're going to be going back to add them to skins that missed out. This includes skins such as Broloff, Corporate Mundo, and Dragon Trainer Tristana. Trist will actually be live in just a few days.
And finally, we have
Vale,
some
vamos a meter
skins
borders
coming out
con-
for champions who haven't had as much love in a little bit. As of filming,
Ornn,
Rammus is
por
currently
ejemplo.
sitting okay.
Buah,
in
Rammus.
Cousin Day Club, and Olaf is hot on his tail.
All right, well, that's it for us for now. We're going to hand things over to the esports team, who will give you an update on the competitive side of League that we definitely should have been drafted for.
Yep, absolutely.
Silver 2.
I am iron.
Oh, como mola la figurita esa de Ari, ¿no? Esa
Hi
túnica
everyone,
esa.
I'm Nazala Taha,
And I'm Chris Greeley.
and we are so excited to kick off the 14th season of Lolly Sports. And we want to give you a look
Ah,
at
hacer una pausa.
our plans
Vamos
for
allá.
2024. So let's start by talking about our global event.
Vale,
MSI.
vale. MSI y Mundial.
We want our international events to have a strong regional representation so that the best teams from each region can fight it out on the global stage. This year, we're making it so that there are 3 base slots
Vale.
for the LPL, LCK, LEC, and LCS at
3
once.
plazas,
With
vale.
new ways for teams and regions to earn additional slots. The LLA, CBLOL, PCS, and the VCS will have their slots remain unchanged.
And we're keeping the same double elim format from MSI 2023, but we're going to up the stakes even more this year. For the first time ever, the winning MSI team will be awarded a guaranteed
eso está
spot in
genial.
Worlds, which also counts as an additional slot for their region. And the next best performing region at MSI will secure an additional world seed for their region.
Yeah, and we can't wait to see the increased competition at MSI.
Vamos, que es importante que Europa se
While we're
cuele.
talking about MSI, we wanted to share that this year's MSI will be held from May 1st through the 19th in Chengdu, China. This is the first time we've brought a global lolly sports event to this vibrant city, and we're so excited to see the amazing crowds there cheer on their favorite teams. And we'll be back with more updates on MSI the closer we get to the event.
Last year in Korea, we announced that Worlds would be returning to Europe, with the finals taking place in London, England at the O2 Arena. Today, we wanted to let you know where the rest of the tournament will be held.
Well, we'll be kicking off Worlds in Berlin at our newly remodeled esports arena for the play-ins and Swiss stages. Then we'll head to the Adidas Arena in Paris, France for quarterfinals and semifinals.
París por
Fans
ahí.
brought so much energy to the Paris finals in 2019, and we're really excited to see what you all do for not just one, but 2 stages of Worlds there.
Buah, tenía ganas de que fuera aquí en España, tío, alguna parte.
We'll be back later this year
Qué pena.
as we get closer to the event to announce ticket sales dates.
Now, as we embark on the 2024 season, we are so proud to commemorate 14 remarkable years of LoL esports. Throughout this decade and a half, we've witnessed pro players from around the world leave their mark, displaying incredible resilience, mastery of League of Legends gameplay, and inspiring millions of fans across the globe. To celebrate those who have made a lasting impact on the game, the sport, and the community, and really honor their
Tendrían que sacar skins especiales, Faker, Showmaker y gente que haya ganado el mundial o algo.
There are a number of pro players worthy of being inducted into our unique version of a Hall of Fame. So we've gathered an independent voting panel of esports industry veterans and experts from every region around the world to vote and select our very first inductee.
Each year, those inducted into the Hall of Legends will have their historic careers celebrated both IRL
Y en el
and
juego,
in-game.
perfecto, perfecto
Now,
eso.
we're
Me
currently
parece muy buena
collecting
idea.
votes, and we'll be back later this year to share more.
And finally, all of our regional leagues are gearing up for the start of the 2024 competitive season. You can tune in on lolesports.com beginning January 13th to keep up with all of your favorite teams and pros.
We can't wait to watch the 2024 LoL esports season with all of you. Good luck and have fun on your climbs. Thank you in advance for tuning in and supporting your favorite teams and leagues.
Bueno, pues a ver qué pasa con esto.
And Medler to wrap us up.
All right, before we go, we wanted to remind you that we're celebrating a special birthday for League this year. We are turning 15. We are so close to being able to finally drive a car.
Oh, in the US at least. But we're looking forward to celebrating with you all later this year. We're not doing new game announcements this time. This year is all about League and celebrating our 15th birthday with all of you.
So look forward to the celebrations coming in October. And as a reminder, don't forget to check out the dev blogs that go into more detail on some of the topics we discussed today. We'll also be back with our regular dev updates as usual after this video. So we'll be seeing you soon.
Best of luck on your climbs, and welcome to season 2024.
Vale, parece que ya está todo. Ah, no, hay un vídeo final, vamos a verlo. Tríndame, rodeado. Y ya sabéis que hace el grito, por eso tiene una habilidad, ¿qué es eso? Vale, tenemos esto por aquí.
Just tripping on day dreams, got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and